Hi everyone, Darren Eastman here, Product Manager for GitLab Runner. In today's video, I'm going to briefly cover the FIPS 140-2 compliant GitLab Runner, which is shipping in our GitLab Runner 14.7 release. So what is FIPS 140-2? Well, FIPS, or Federal Information Processing Standards, which is defined by the United States National Institute of Standards and Technology. So FIPS 140-2 and its successor standard, or standard successor publication, to be more specific, 140-3, is a United States federal government standard which specifies the security requirements for crypto or cryptographic modules, and those specifically used in computer and telecommunication systems and within cyber systems protecting sensitive information. So what does it mean for GitLab Runner to be FIPS 140-2 compliant? Well, to be compliant with FIPS guidelines typically means that a product or piece of software must only use FIPS-validated cryptography libraries. So for GitLab Runner, what this means is that we have had to distribute, and this is what's in 14.7, we've had to distribute a version of GitLab Runner that uses a separate Go toolchain and replaces the standard crypto modules with FIPS-validated modules. Now note, at this time, GitLab Runner compliance with FIPS 140-2 guidelines does not mean that the GitLab Runner product itself has been independently validated by an approved National Institute of Standards and Technology, or NIST lab, right? We are using Go library, a Go toolchain that replaces the standard Go cryptographic modules with modules that have been previously validated to be FIPS compliant modules. Our software itself has not gone through a FIPS validation or testing process. So what's available with GitLab Runner 14.7? Well, a separate GitLab Runner FIPS 140-2 compliant binary built with Red Hat's Go compiler, a GitLab Runner 140-2 compliant Docker image that uses Red Hat's UBI image as its base. There's also a separate 140-2 compliant RPM package that includes the FIPS AMD64 helper image. And in addition to that, Kubernetes, generic Kubernetes, and the GitLab Runner operative OpenShift are supported. And I'll talk a bit in a couple of slides, some of the nuances in terms of what's available in the 14.7 and what's not. Now note, for the 14.7 release, only AMD64 compute architectures and Red Hat Enterprise Linux distributions are supported. So if you need a FIPS compliant GitLab Runner, as of this time, it's only supporting AMD64 compute and Red Hat Enterprise Linux distributions. So I'm just going to cover basically a quick overview of how to use and how to get going. In future videos, we'll kind of think about maybe going a little bit deeper in terms of configuration and installation as needed based on the feedback from the customers in the community. But it's very basic. This is a very basic table stakes stuff. If you're installing or looking to install the GitLab Runner binary and the NPM package, you're basically using the same process that you use today for installing GitLab Runner as documented on our install GitLab Runner docs page. The only thing that's calling out differently here in terms of installing using a deb or RPM package or below installing manually, you would see that in the installation command, you're specifying the AMD64_ FIPS package. So there is now a new package available in our repository. It specifically has FIPS in the title. So you'll be calling that package. And then the same thing for installing manually. You can see it here. And just go back. You'll be calling AMD64-FIPS. So that's it. That's basically it if you're installing it on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. If you're using it in terms of a Docker image, you simply have to use the, and let me just fix the typo here. Just notice that. Let's go ahead and fix that so folks aren't confused. You're basically going to be using the image that's tagged UBI-FIPS if you're going to be using the Docker version of this. On Kubernetes, on generic Kubernetes, you'll need to configure the GitLab Runner container and helper image in your Helm chart values, the YAML file, and specifically as follows. So you'll be calling the GitLab Runner UBI-FIPS image, as basically as in this construct. And then in the configuration section, you'll be specifying the helper image flavor as UBI-FIPS. And so this helper image flavor syntax, as well as this syntax here, those pieces of syntax are again covered on our advanced documentation page for GitLab Runner, and I'll post links to all of those pages in the video description. So I'll be linking to our install GitLab Runner docs starting point page, and then you'll be able to fan out from there into the different pages that may make sense for you, whether you're installing it on Red Hat Enterprise Linux, or you're using Docker, you're looking to use it on Kubernetes, or you're looking to use this on the GitLab Runner operator for OpenShift. And finally, for the GitLab Runner operator for OpenShift, at this time, it's only possible with this release to change the helper image when using the GitLab Runner operator. And you'll see here, you're using your YAML file that you'll be passing into the GitLab Runner operator. What you'll be specifying here is just syntax, helper image, and you're calling the UBI FIPS helper image. So that's it. So in GitLab Runner 14.7, we are releasing a FIPS 140-2 compliant GitLab Runner. It's available for AMD64 and for Red Hat Enterprise Linux. If you have any questions or you want to follow along in terms of our progress for adding additional distros or adding additional compute architectures, I will link the issue that you can use to follow along there at the bottom of the screen. So this is Danny Smith. Talk to you next time on our next video. Cheers.